All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. We are back for another week of Just a Fan Podcast. So you see the title here says N.H.L. or N.F.L. Now, know what you're thinking off the rip. National Hockey League. No. With all these injuries going on.
Let me tell them. Can I say it?
Go ahead.
NHL stands for National Hospital League. That's like, are we in the NFL or are we in the NHL, the National Hospital League? Because, my God, like, if you watched football, not just this past week, but just the first 4 weeks of the season, it's like, who going to finish the season? Like, good grief. Go ahead.
All right. So, but we will get deep into detail of why this is right now the National Hospital League, because all these injuries just mounting up, man, and then mounting up. So, anyway, you already know who I am, Coach Williams, NFL Encyclopedia, Wildcat quarterback that runs the show, future Hall of Famer. That direction, Panel 316, the good guy with the black hat. What's up, man?
I'm hoping I don't tell ACL just getting up going to the bathroom after the show over. Like, hey, what up, Donnie?
What's up, Donald?
All right. But yeah, I hope I don't get turf toe just going downstairs to fix me a sandwich. Like, damn. Everybody getting hurt. It's nuts.
And then down below, my boy Steve Space Age. What's up, man? All right. Well, anyway, we want to let them get stuff together. But anyway, all right. So let's go ahead and get into these injuries, man, because there's been a ton of crucial, critical injuries this whole season between – hold on. What up, Twan?
What's that, Twan?
But between the likes of, Lamar Jackson got hurt and Jaden Daniels been hurt and Joe Burrow is damn near out for the season. Malik Neighbors is hurt. Baltimore got 2 corners down, and it's crazy.
So did Detroit. I forgot all about Joe Burrow because he got hurt so early. He said, I'm going to get it out the way. I'm going to just – because I know y'all finna – I'm going to just go ahead so I can make the headline about being hurt, and then y'all go ahead after me. I almost completely forgot. That's how early he got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's like, man. So, yeah, we looking at – you have – I can think of right off the top of my head, you have 4 notable quarterbacks with injuries that may or may not keep them from playing. May or may not keep them from playing this coming week. Lamar Jackson, Brock Purdy, of course, Joe Burrow's on IR, and then you also have Jaden Daniels, who's up in the air. He's probably the one that might play Sunday. But,
I saw something that he was a full participant, so that tells me he might be ready.
Yeah, and he on my fantasy team. He better get his tail ready.
Hopefully, I play you this week, E.
My fantasy team is in shambles. It's a hot mess. It's just because of injuries.
That's crazy, man. That is crazy. But yeah, man. I mean, and some people are trying to figure out, if this is if it's turf, if it's grass, and my thing is injuries happen on both. Okay, injuries happen on both field types. So to me, it's not a turf grass thing. It's just
It's not. It's not. It's
It's not.
not. It's players not being in game shape because
Come
of the
on.
new aesthetic to preseason and contracts and the business now. I mean, we spoke about this, guys. Like, not even back then, but previously, starters played entire halves, at least a quarter.
listen. So
They're
so
not
so
getting in
this
game shape until week
so
3 or 4.
so this is what I remember. We had 4 preseason games. The first game, the starters played maybe the first 2 or 3 series or quarter. The second game, you played at least until middle of the second quarter to halftime. Third game, you damn near played the entire game. It wasn't until the
Yep.
fourth game
Yep.
that
Yep.
all you saw was the bubble guys.
Yeah, guys, I was trying
Yep.
to make the roster. Yeah.
So that's what you saw, and you can. I mean, you can't touch nobody hardly in mini camp, OTAs, and training camp because if you're too physical, the team gets fined. So everybody's out here playing patty cake with each other, and
Exactly, man.
and that's not helping anybody. It's not helping
And
anybody.
yeah, and the thing is, it's like, and you said it right as far as like how much they played in the preseason. Now it's like if you're gonna get hurt, because nobody's doing any new physical moves, right?
Nope.
Receivers, like, you're running the same routes, man.
Always.
But in game time, you're not in game shape. So now the starters are not playing at all in the preseason.
That teams are so afraid to get these multi-million-dollar players injured,
Yep.
and they miss 4 weeks, 7 weeks, 3 months to a year, because like you look at people that's turned ACLs, they out. Like like
Yep.
like 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 Malik Neighbors towards ACL this past Sunday.
Yep.
He won't
Now,
be back.
that particular instance, I think, was kind of a freak. The
No,
way
no, no. I
No,
mean, it is.
that one was.
him and
Yes.
Tyreek was kind of freaky.
Well, yeah. Well, we're gonna get to Tyreek in a minute because I really want to dive into Tyreek. But when these guys turn the ACL around this time of the year, not only are you out for the season, but you're gonna miss the first few games of next year
Mm-hmm.
because it's a 9 to 12 month rehab process, and it's
And
more so
it also depends
than a
on.
9 month side. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't want to cut you off, but it also depends on beside what got torn besides the ACL.
And that's
Because
another thing too.
ACL, MCL,
PCL,
PCL, and
Yeah.
LCL. Like
yeah.
you
Me too.
your
And the kneecap. Yeah.
and any one of those other ones, it's a longer recovery. Now, if
Yeah.
you just tear your ACL, you have a chance to get back sooner. But if it's more than one ligament, that's what takes longer.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's like in the case of Malik Neighbors, I think it was just the ACL.
I think it's just the ACL.
So he could be back as soon as week 1 of next year. Or maybe even before that, depending on what his body's made up of. Because, I give a prime example. It's crazy. 1997, I believe it was. Jerry Rice tore his ACL week 1. He was back week 10. Now he injured the other knee and ended up being out for the rest of the season. But that ain't the knee with the ACL. He was and caught a touchdown. In that game, he got injured on the touchdown. But
Yeah.
it just depends on the makeup of the player, which takes me into the next thing, is because the preparation is kind of different now in the league as opposed to how it was in the 90s or the 80s. Like, I'll give you a prime example. 2 days, man, back then they was hitting.
They was hitting.
They was hitting.
They were listen. Hold on. 2 things that changed all that. That damn heat stroke that happened to Corey Stringer and he passed away, and then the growth, if you will, behind concussions. And what I mean by growth is yeah, players always had concussions, but then it got more serious when players started committing suicide, and they was like, oh, and they came up with the whole CTE concussion thing. Now it's like, okay, now you really can't hit nobody. At
Yeah,
90s and before, man, you can hit all day long, and they were out in the heat. Imagine being in Texas with the Oilers or Cowboys being in heat. Imagine playing for the Dolphins or Buccaneers playing in that Florida humidity. That's how it was. They were outside hitting, but
Denver.
now,
Yeah.
now, almost everybody's trying to play early so that way they can avoid the heat, or try to go indoors so
Or
that way they can
indoor,
avoid
they
the
have
heat
indoor
altogether.
facilities now.
Huh?
Is it indoor facilities now?
Yeah, indoor facility.
Yeah, most
No,
most
that's a good point.
teams have
That's a good
indoor
point.
facility. Yeah,
And not just that. I mean, even in the preseason, players like starters aren't even dressing. You would have starters dress in case they wanted to go in for a drive, just to get
Yeah.
some game time reps in.
just
Now
just
they're
get
in
some
their
reps.
street clothes. They're looking like they're going to an
The
award show, man.
club,
They're just chilling.
the club.
Yeah. They got the
And
jewelry
listen,
on. They're in their street clothes like
Got
they
that
out, like you
chain
said, in the
piece
club, or
on.
yeah, or they're going to an award show or chilling somewhere.
your muscles, especially that soft tissue muscle and your ligaments, man, they need to be ready.
That part.
They need to be ready, because if not, you're going to pull something, or worst case scenario, you're going to tear something. And when you tear
Especially,
something,
yeah, especially at a skill position
yes,
where you're going full speed. And if your body is not used to doing that for a while, you're gonna tear something. Knee car, I mean, you name it. You can't you can't just
hamstring,
out of nowhere run your fastest if you haven't been doing that for a while
you can't,
before that.
you can't.
That's why preseason is very important, especially for skill position players. You can't go full throttle if you haven't been doing that for months.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, most of the injuries that we're talking about on this list, not all of them, but most of them are just soft tissue injuries like hamstrings and uh
You're growing.
yeah, but hamstring, groin, that type of stuff like that. But you do have the freak accidents, but that goes with football. And then you have the regular, what I call the regular injuries, like a high ankle sprain or a sprained ankle, because somebody might have landed on you the wrong way. That's gonna happen, stuff like that. Okay, turf toe, that's gonna happen. But a lot of these soft tissue injuries, I just feel like a lot of them can be avoided.
Yes,
You
yes,
know,
yes.
y'all know
And
how I
they're
feel.
non-contact plays that these are happening.
Yeah,
It's
non-contact,
fake
you just running
conditioning
all of a sudden. Just,
because they're not
you
conditioned.
know,
You can't bust off the line and have your knee run a certain way if you haven't done that. Well, you're gonna pull something.
you pulling a pass rush move and you rounding it, coming around
Yeah,
the edge, and then all of a sudden you tear an ACL.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
nothing. You didn't your leg didn't turn a weird way. Nobody hit you in that leg, and you just came around a corner, and now you got torn ACL out for the season. It's like, God, dog. So yeah, and I know, because I'm a Niners fan. Like every 3 plays, somebody down for the Niners, and I'm not really making that up. Watch a Niners game. Like every 3 plays, somebody laying on the turf. Like, what the man? If you don't get your ass, get up. So it's like, but yeah, I mean, this injury list reads like a casualty list from a battle in Vietnam or Desert Storm or something. It's like a long list of just casualties for each team, and some of these names on these lists are like pivotal players for their teams.
Yes, which can really shift a season for
Yeah, I
that
mean,
franchise.
Lamar Jackson, Brock Purdy, Tariq Hill, CeeDee Lamb, Malik Neighbors, Joe Alt, tackle for the Chargers, DJ Reed and Terry Nana, both the starting corners for the Lions.
Don't forget Rashawn Slater for the Chargers. So
Sean Slater went out earlier. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's two. That's both. That's their bookend tackles.
Both bookend tackles out for the Chargers. Joe Burrow, who went out earlier this year. I just found out both the starting receivers, Ricky Pearsall and Jawan Jennings, are out Thursday night against the Rams. So, like, what the hell? So, it's like Roquan Smith, the defensive signal caller for the Baltimore Ravens.
Yes.
Like, he's the green dot guy for the Ravens. It's like, oh my God. If I'm not mistaken, both Ravens corners are hurt.
Yes.
Humphrey and Wiggins.
Their defensive tackles hurt.
Yeah, Matabuke.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, oh my God. It's like constant injuries. And what it seems like is like a conveyor belt, because some teams will get a guy back, and when they get that guy back, they lose another guy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, y'all know I'll turn on Justin Timberlake in a minute. Play Cry Me a River. I'm a Niners fan. Like, ain't nobody injuries worse than my team. Like, we went a whole season. Well, the Niners went, the last time the Niners fielded the starting 22 that's supposed to be on the depth chart was 2022. So
that's why I say if you're going to get hurt sooner than later, so you can come back during the season.
I'd rather lose a player in April or May than wait all the way this time of the year. And to me, the worst time is to lose anybody is in December.
Mm-hmm.
December, January, forget it.
Because now you're not going to get them back.
Right.
At the beginning of the year, you're going to get them back, the following year, if you're lucky. So, yeah, that's, but get well soon, Tyreek Hill, because that was probably the most gruesome injury out of all of the injuries we're talking about. Because these other injuries, they're going to have surgery. They'll probably be back around week 1, maybe a little bit later next year. Tyreek Hill's injury is a little bit more serious, if I can use that word, because dislocated knee. I think he tore every ligament in his knee. His leg was turned completely the wrong way. And talking about that, because this was segueing into that, Tyreek Hill is 30 years old.
31.
He's a wide receiver whose game is predicated off of his speed. And now you're looking at a 2-year recovery at minimum.
Yeah.
And this, and ladies and gentlemen at home, we're not making light of this. This could possibly be a career ender.
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Given his age and the severity of this injury. Because, okay, he recovers. He's 32 now. He probably isn't going to have the speed that he had but pre-injury. And now you're trying to come back. I don't know. I got to check his contract. I don't know if he'll still be with the Dolphins in 2 years. But, is he going to make the roster if he's still on contract with the Dolphins? And if not, can he make a roster with all these younger and faster wide receivers that's going to be coming in within the next 2 years to the league? That's something to look at. So when I saw that, I was like, oh my God. Because if this would have happened to him when he was 23, okay.
Right.
He might be all right. He get his legs back under him and be ready to play again at 25 or something like that. He's still a young man. But at 30, that's the concern. That's the concern.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, B.
No, go ahead. I want you to go ahead.
No. So I like Eric said, I don't know his contract, but he probably, after this, he can, and that's why guarantee money is important. But he could probably squeeze out maybe a 1-year contract with somebody because of his name, and that'll probably be it when he gets back.
So I'm looking at his contract now.
Okay, you got it. I was pulling it up myself. Go ahead.
They can get out of the contract after this year, but I don't think they're going to do that. Okay, especially now. Next year, in 2026, is technically his final year because after 2026 season, when you hit that 2027 offseason, they can go ahead and void the contract. So the question is, do they go ahead and
They probably will.
void
Knowing
it.
their state as a team in general, they probably will.
And my thing is, they probably. And I would agree with you because I just don't know how much longer. Again, I don't know how much longer Mike McDaniel and the GM are going to be there. And so you're
Exactly.
talking about a new coach,
Exactly.
right? Exactly. And we talked about that since almost week one of the of week one of our show.
Yeah,
Well,
because
regular season.
a regime change could completely like dismantle what he wants to do.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I don't. Yeah, so I don't see Tyreek Hill coming back for a while. Like you said, Eric, it was a dislocated knee, 3 torn ligaments. I saw Drew Rosenhaus on Twitter talking about some. Oh yeah, he's gonna be fine and he's gonna be back early next year. I'm like, dude.
No, he won't, sir. No, he will
I was like, dude. First of all,
Drew's gonna
this
say
is not
something like
this
that. You know
this,
that.
this is not the Willis McGahee draft when you sit there picking up your cell phone, pretending like somebody's about to drive Willis McGahee, and then Buffalo push the panic button and and drafted him. But also, I went through a lot of different knee injuries in the past to see who's the closest person to this. And you know who I came up with?
Who's that?
A name that I bet you almost all of y'all forgot about. Former Patriots running back Robert Edwards.
Yes, it was a flag football game on the beach.
Flag football game on the beach in the sand after having a 1,000-yard season, and he went up to catch the football between two defenders and landed awkwardly.
Mm.
He tore 3 ligaments and dislocated his knee, just like Tyreek Hill. He missed
Wow.
that entire following season, and he came back that season after that, but he was never the same.
Never the same.
So, like, I went to different injuries. I went to Willis McGahee. It wasn't as bad. I went to Jalen Smith. Now Jalen Smith, he didn't have the ligament tears. I mean, he did, but it wasn't as many. But that main nerve in his knee just never got back to where it was before injury.
Yeah.
But Robert Edwards was, to me, the closest one.
That's a name
to
right
me,
there.
to me, when it came to Tyreek Hill.
That's good homework, B. That's good homework on that one.
So yeah, man. I'm gonna say this: Tyreek Hill's not going to be back next year.
No.
Good luck in 2027. If he is able to play football again, he's going to have to become a very nuanced route runner, and he cannot be the main guy. He cannot be the main guy.
You know they say about
We won't
teaching
be able to.
old dog new tricks.
You said what?
So you know what they say about trying to teach old dogs new tricks.
Hey, listen.
32 years old trying to.
I understand that. I understand that. But if you want, if you're able, okay, if you're clear to play, and you still want to play, you're gonna have to do what you because that your mind may say I'm still a 4-2, 4-3 guy. That knee's gonna be like, no, you're not.
Mm-mm.
And if he's not, I mean, and of course we all want to see him play. It's very exciting to watch. If he's not, I mean, he's still a legend. He's still an all-decade team player. He still had a great career. If it comes to that, which
of course,
it comes to that for every player at some point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate to see.
Yeah, and so segueing into that, out of that, talking about a receiver that's is going through some stuff, is going currently, not going, but going through. Let's talk about another receiver who is not as serious, but he feel like he's going through it, and that's Mr. A.J. Brown. He had a cryptic tweet last week. It's this past week about basically it seems like he's alluding to, because he's being very cryptic about it, but he's alluding to him not getting the ball enough. And most of the time, there's the old stigma that wide receivers are divas and they always want the ball and this, that, and the third. However, in this particular case, I tend to agree with him. because we went down this road before last season. And I'm gonna
And a couple of years before that too.
and we like, okay, the Eagles last season. I'm gonna use last season though. We went down this road. The Eagles were not feeding him the ball at all. And they at that point in the year, the Eagles were just air quotes kind of good. And then when they actually started giving him the ball, they became dominant. Okay, between him and Devontae Smith, and the passing game balanced out with the running game, and at that point, the Eagles became a dominant team. So here we are. Fast forward to now. Here we are. They're doing the same thing. They starting out like, okay, you're giving him 5-yard hooks, and he might get like maybe 2 targets the entire game. It's like, what are we doing here? He's a dynamic pass catcher. He's going to elevate your offense. He's another weapon. And you've proven in the past that you can get him the ball on more than just quick outs and 5-yard hooks.
Yep.
You've shown that you can do that. Now, I understand that there's a new offensive coordinator in Philadelphia. But look at me. If you're watching, sir, I doubt you will be, but if you're watching, get your head out of your ass. Okay? Get your head out of your ass. You got a whole weapon out there spread wide that you're not getting the ball to. Sincerely, fantasy owner of A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
But seriously, forget throwing fantasy out. You're wasting a weapon. You're literally wasting a weapon. I don't know how many people watch The Walking Dead or any old zombie movies or zombie TV shows. And it's literally like, okay, the zombies are trying to bust into the warehouse where you at. Okay, you got your shotgun. Boom, clack, clack, boom, clack, clack. And you steady shooting that shotgun. Okay, you killing a few zombies. They're not getting to you. But you standing on a box that has a doggone Gatling gun.
Yeah.
Or M60. It's like just and tons of ammunition. But you boom, clack, clack, boom, clack, clack. And it's like if you pull that out, you probably can wipe out all of the zombies that's coming in the doggone.
And let me chime in. And you're 100% correct. Like I thought about it. I said, you know what? They've been winning cool. They were winning last season cool, but they didn't really excel in the playoffs until they incorporated him in.
They were just kind of good.
And even this year,
yeah.
I have some questions about officiating in some of their games, but if they want to really dominate this year, they have to incorporate him a lot more sooner than later because number one, you need chemistry between Jalen Hurts and him in the offense.
Absolutely.
And the play design. You don't want him disgruntled that messes up the locker room, and if they they're getting by in some games to where, hey, some of these games could have gone either way,
And they shouldn't.
Exactly.
Like, there's no way that they should have allowed the Rams to even be in that game to the point where they had to block a field goal to win it.
I'm surprised Dallas almost beat them.
Yeah. See,
being real, the Buccaneers actually probably should have won that game.
Yeah.
If you've watched it, it was close. It was closer than it looked like in the box score.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Y'all done yet?
Go ahead, Brandon.
Y'all done?
Go ahead.
Don't nobody listen to me. And that's fine. You don't have to. Because I got tons of sources that keep telling me the same thing over and over again. Your boy can't read a defense. Your boy can't read the middle of the field. Your boy is a running back playing quarterback. Get out of my face.
And I would almost go with you on that.
No.
Listen.
No, listen. No. We're gonna cut the BS.
No.
Okay.
Let's do that then.
No.
Let's do that because I'm not a Philadelphia apologist.
No, we're gonna cut the BS.
In the league.
No. We're gonna cut the BS, okay? Because trust me, I trust my sources.
Okay.
Hey, hold on. Hey,
Brandon.
Twan. I tell you that. Hey, I can tell him where we can meet, and I say into his face.
Ain't nobody scared of Gilly.
Why you gonna share Twan's comment, man? Go ahead.
Anyway,
Ain't nobody checking for Gilly.
hey, first of all, I wasn't the one twerking in the music video, okay? So let's go and get that going. Let's go and get that going right now. But again, I keep seeing the same thing over and over again from my sources on Twitter, even my newer sources. Everybody keep saying the same thing over and over again about Jalen Hurts. Can't read the defense. Can't read the middle of the field. He is a running back playing quarterback. Okay? So I don't want to hear nothing else about Jalen Hurts not getting the ball to A.J. Brown. Okay? A.J. Brown, you playing with a running back. If you want to catch the football, go to Baltimore. Okay? Go to Kansas City. Go to San Francisco. Go somewhere where they have a legitimate quarterback that actually plays quarterback.
I just want to say,
okay,
I want to say
that actually plays
Brandon.
quarterback.
I want to say
Okay.
one last thing before we go to the next topic. He's proven that he can get AJ Brown the ball. And
on easy stuff.
No.
On easy stuff.
No.
On easy stuff.
I'm not saying Jalen Hurts is a great passer. I'm not saying that.
Easy stuff.
I'm not
easy stuff. Listen. If AJ Brown can outmuscle cornerback on a slant, that's an easy pass.
I think this is more attributed to the OCs. They have a very crafted and specific offense that they run. It's not like Jalen is dropping back and wants to run right away. They're telling, and again, I'm not against you, Brandon, but they're saying this is the play. This is what I need you to do. He's not a three progression read quarterback.
There you go. That's a problem.
Right. But the way their offense, they have their offense, and it works for them. Does it not work for them?
How long have you been playing quarterback, son?
But it works for them.
How long have you been playing quarterback? You played in college. I'm assuming you played in high school. No one's taught you how to read a field yet. Brandon,
you have quarterbacks that play longer. You get in the system, they're telling you what to do. And it's been working for them. But they need again, I'm agreeing they need to get AJ Brown the ball a lot more. They need to bring him into
and they need to teach the boy how to read the defense.
But it's not like Jalen Hurts. It's not like he doesn't know what to do out there and he just wants to run every play. That's not the case. They have an offensive system in place where they're telling him what I need you to do this on this play. And he does it.
Philadelphia Eagles version of wing T offense.
So you trying to make me mad? Okay.
Nobody's trying to get you mad. Nobody's trying to get you mad. I'm calling this straight. Jalen Hurts is who he is. I'm not trying to get nobody
mad. I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying, Brandon, about Jalen Hurts, because I share my sentiments aren't as extreme as yours, but I lean toward what you're saying. The only thing that I'm saying is he's proven that he can get AJ Brown the ball. The whole part of this segment of the show was about AJ Brown needs to get more. He's not even getting the targets. That's the thing. And if you have a playmaker on your team like AJ Brown, he should be your first read.
I understand.
And
I understand that.
AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, tight end.
Okay, so then let me ask you. So then, who can make that happen? Because I just gave you some teams who can make that happen. Baltimore, San Francisco, Kansas City.
But they're not finna trade him anywhere.
There have been trade rumors, but he ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere.
The only way AJ Brown gets traded is if what's his name? Howie Roseman got something in his back pocket. And I said that earlier because
he's not getting traded.
Because it was you, E. You the one that posted that trade stuff in the group chat. And I was like, the only way AJ Brown's getting traded is if Howie Roseman has something in his back pocket. That's the only way AJ Brown's getting traded. That's not going to
happen. It's never going to happen. The Philly sports media and the fan base, that's very important to the organization. That will never happen. That's not going to happen.
Howie
It's not going to
Roseman,
happen. It's not going to happen. We can
Howie
forget about
Roseman
that.
damn near owns the Eagles. Don't say it would never happen.
It will never happen.
Okay.
Philly, the city all the sports fan base in Philly, and Howie Roseman
Howie,
cares a lot about that. Trust
I
me.
understand that, and I understand that. I'm just saying Howie Roseman is damn near a god in Philadelphia,
He ain't going
and you
nowhere.
know it. You
And
know he is. You know
guess
how.
whose followers and his angels are?
Let me
The
tell you
entire
something.
city of
Let me tell you something.
Philadelphia.
Howie Roseman can go anywhere in Philadelphia, and damn near no one can touch him.
He's not trading Antonio Brown.
I didn't say he was. I'm just saying, don't ever say it can never happen.
It can never happen. It's never going.
Okay, that's
It's not
fine.
going to
That's fine.
happen.
Let's
As
go.
long as they're winning,
Let's go.
it's not going to happen.
Let's go.
They're
Like I
gonna be
said,
8-0. He gonna trade him.
like back pocket.
Okay.
If there's something available,
And to Steve's point, Howie Roseman is about acquiring more talent to stack
no, I
up.
know. Listen. Don't think I don't know that. I watch Howie Roseman. Okay, I understand that. But if there's something in the back pocket, it just wouldn't surprise me.
They're undefeated team.
I didn't say this year.
And that's
I
very.
also didn't say this year, did I? Did I
said
say
as long
this year?
as they're
Did I say
as
this
long as
year?
they're
No, I didn't say
winning,
this
it's
year.
not. As long as they're winning, it's not going to happen. And they are currently winning. They're defending champions.
I understand
Undefeated.
that.
I have
Okay,
no idea why
all I
even
gotta say is
headline.
back pocket. Let's go.
In other news, Kansas City Chiefs won a game. I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds crazy because normally in the last few years, saying Kansas City won a game is like, okay, but you got two teams who are looking like what is going on with you right now, and that's the Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs, and more so the Baltimore Ravens. The question that begs to be asked is, are they on the decline, or is this fluky? Because is Kansas City back because they won that game this particular past weekend, or are they still dealing with stuff?
Well, let's go with Baltimore first.
All right.
And I respect the heck out of that franchise. In history since what 95, I believe, whatever year that was, they moved to Baltimore. But they've always been a defensive franchise. And I know there's some injuries, but man, 3 out of 4 games, y'all gave up 35 plus points.
That's not impressive.
That is not Baltimore.
Yeah, that's not how they get down normally.
That's not Baltimore. Now I know that the franchise player is not. I mean, Ray Lewis and Ed Reed's the second guy in line. It's Lamar Jackson, and rightfully so. But man, Baltimore's defense has fallen that bad.
Yeah, it's
what
not,
it used to be.
Yeah, it's not the. Of course, they haven't been the 2000 Ravens in forever, but they're not even an adequate like Ravens defense. It's pretty bad. I don't know what's going on. I
don't either.
Can't put my finger on it. But I don't think we've ever seen a Ravens defense this bad. When you think about it, I'm like, I want to say they're 30 something, I believe, in points per game.
Yeah, it's bad. It's real bad for them.
I can split it up now, but yeah, I'm just like, it's not pretty. It's not pretty at all, and it seems like the offense is trying to hold up for the inadequacy of the defense.
Yes.
Yes. Yep.
And it's like the offense can only do so much. Derrick Henry seems like he's got a fumbling issue now, which is out of character.
Yeah, he's fumbled 3 times this year.
3 times in 4 weeks of football? Like, that is completely out of character for him. So
I think, and I think Brandon might agree. I think it's a it's a lack of scheme and coaching thing. I think, and I've said this before, I think Baltimore is in a mode to where Harbaugh and other coaches have a pride in their roster, and they say, "My guys are better than yours. I'm gonna have him outrun your guy on a sweep, even though it's not smart. I'm gonna have Derrick Henry run the ball 40 times because he's better than your entire defensive line." I think they're not scheming smart because they have some big names and some good players on their roster. I think coaches getting lazy now, man, as far as scheming.
You know what? And it wouldn't surprise me. What you're saying is correct because you gotta remember Baltimore, not this past offseason, but the previous offseason, 2024. They lost a lot of defensive. They lost a
Mm-hmm.
DC who became the head coach in
Mm-hmm.
Seattle,
Mm-hmm.
and they lost some other assistants who became DCs because I think Weaver went down to Miami to be a DC. Somebody's in Tennessee and he's a DC. So you lose 3 staff members on defense, definitely, including your defensive coordinator. So you're talking about a huge change because
Yeah.
the defense coordinator is Zach Orr, and so I hate to say it, maybe Zach Orr is just not the guy to be a defense coordinator. Maybe it's just should be a position coach, and like you said, Steve, because of names, because we know who the corners are in Baltimore. Like it got to a point where now they like 4 corners deep, but now you got injuries. You have Matabuke who's injured. Roquan, like you said, is injured, but you have the names. Kyle Hamilton, safety, drafted another safety. And like maybe, like you said, they not scheming. They just saying, hey, my guy,
Yeah, man.
I got big name players, so let me just go ahead and dominate you. And that doesn't work in the NFL.
Yes.
Because
You're talking third and long.
if you're not scheming, you can damn sure bet the guy across the field from you is.
You're talking third and long. You have Zay Flowers running a sweep, and this is a third and long on the opposite side of the field. I'm like, what? You think he's gonna outrun everybody on that team on third down to put you in field goal range or get a first down? No way.
There's only been
Who do you think you have back there? The Flash?
it's only
Get
been
out of here, man.
it's only been a handful of football players that can legit outrun somebody, and I mean legit outrun somebody in NFL history. It's only a
A lot of
handful of
coaches,
players.
a lot of coaches nowadays think they have the best players in the world, and they don't.
They definitely don't. They definitely
Position wide, they don't. Like yeah, I think it's just being lazy as far as scheming. My guy's better than yours. Let's see what they do, and then you squander possessions.
Baltimore is 32nd in points allowed per game.
worse than Dallas.
Dallas is 31st.
I thought Dallas would have been 32nd.
Only because that Philly game. If it wasn't for Philly, the game we would be dead last for sure.
It's pretty bad.
26.
If you would have told me at the beginning of the year that the Baltimore Ravens would have the worst defense in the NFL, and
Unheard of.
I tend to go off of points per game, not yards. A lot of people like to hang on yards, but I like points per game because I'll give you a million yards a game as long as I don't let you score. You can run back and forth between the 20 and the 20, but the points is what matters because at the end of the game, at the end of the day, it's what's on the scoreboard, not what's on the stat sheet, the box score. So, yes, you want to stop them from getting yardage because yardage leads to points, but points is king, and right now, the bottom 3 right now is from the bottom up: Baltimore, Dallas, New Orleans. And then,
I'm not surprised by New Orleans, but that's a whole different topic.
That's a different topic. But yeah, Baltimore is shocking. This is
Yeah.
And then consequently, let's see, Baltimore points per game on offense, what they average. Hold on. They're number 3.
Yeah, yards can't be taken. I mean, you have garbage time. If it's a blowout, I mean, you can have running back that hits 150. rushing for garbage time. Um, Kirk Cousins is known for, for a lot of garbage yards.
Hello.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you they're number 3 in offense in points per game, but they're dead last in defense in points per game. Like, that's insane. That is insane. Like, I don't know. It's like that huge of a disparity is crazy. Uh, you know. So I mean, what can you do? You know, what can you do?
Well, they're gonna have to do something because that division might go to Pittsburgh now.
Yeah.
It's looking like it.
And
It's looking like it.
Now
and
again,
and
I'm still not sold on Pittsburgh, but I feel like
listen, hold on. I'm not sold on Pittsburgh either, but Joe Burrow's out until December minimum.
that was the point I was getting to. They Pittsburgh can win that division by default.
Yeah.
Not because they're great,
Mm-hmm.
just because of what's going on with the teams that could beat Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because
You look
Baltimore
at
got so many injuries now, especially on defense. It's like
look at all the teams.
you're gonna
They all
have
missing their starting quarterback.
Baltimore has so many injuries on defense. You're gonna have a bunch of backup players in there. You can be able to do whatever the hell you want to do. You can be able to run the ball, throw the ball. Who they gonna stop? Who they gonna stop?
But
Nobody.
you look at all the starting quarterbacks are out in that division except for Rodgers, and Pittsburgh can run the ball very well. Kenneth Gainwell he's been beasting.
Mm-hmm.
He has been beasting. So it looks like Pittsburgh got some they got some juice going in that division.
And but you know what? That's not gonna help them out long term because that's gonna really give them a low draft pick. Rodgers is a 1-year rental.
What did I say?
They're not gonna be
Yeah,
able to get no more.
we talking about this season. We're talking about just this season. We're talking about
I understand that. I understand
week
what we're talking
4
about this
or
season.
week 5 rather.
I understand. Listen, I understand that, but long term is not good for them. It sounds good, but it's a lot of fluff.
So the what we were saying before the season started was talking about how good the AFC North was going to be, and because of injury, which is the whole point of this show, because of injuries, like they're not looking so superlative anymore. Because and it's like, okay, we'll see. Again, it's just week 5. A lot of things can turn around. None of these teams have serious injuries, so things can turn around.
Of course.
But moving on. There was a game played on Sunday Night Football this past Sunday. I don't know if you could call that a game. I don't. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. I how does it's like how you yawning? There you go. Like it was the Packers of Green Bay and the Cowboys of Dallas. And in the end, no team triumphed, but both teams kicked an oblong ball with a pigskin through a giant H. It was most exhilarating.
Stop.
I sat up and watched the worst defense in the history of the world get played in that game that night by both teams. It was deplorable. Neither team could stop the other.
Hold on. Sorry to cut you off. It's interesting because I heard before that game, Green Bay had a 5th ranked defense.
Yes.
Before the game. And I'm like,
yes.
Damn, Dallas put up
That's
40.
why I thought it was gonna be a snot pounding. I thought it was gonna be just a complete beat down. But Green Bay's defense, the only thing I can think of is that Green Bay was looking past Dallas and they just kind of went out there and just kind of mailed it in. That's the only thing that I can think of.
Well, then that's bad culture because Matt LaFleur should have had them guys ready.
Hell, Matt LaFleur was about to give the game away when it went into overtime. This asshat basically won the toss in overtime and elected to kick, knowing your defense has not stopped Dak Prescott and them without CeeDee Lamb. Without CeeDee Lamb has bruh, you ain't stopped them all game. And you gonna kick the ball. He dodged a bullet because basically they forced a field goal, which ain't saying much, but they forced a field goal and you got the ball back. But do you understand how Matt LaFleur would be under fire if Dallas was to go down the field and score a touchdown, a walk-off touchdown? Because your ignorant ass, I'm sorry, but your ignorant ass that went up in here, you ain't stopped them all second half. Shit, you ain't stopped them all game. You win the toss at overtime and give them the ball. That's like me just handing my pistol to the ops. Just here. I know you don't like me, but here you go. I know you done made death threats against me and everything, but here's my pistol. That's literally what he did. And for his sake, the gun missed. That's it. Like nobody's talking about that. I hadn't heard anybody talk about that. Like, what are you thinking about? So to your point, Brandon, bad coaching. And on Dallas side, bad coaching on defense. Because the offense is not the problem in Dallas this year. The offense is not the problem in Dallas.
No, it's not. Not at all.
They are the NFC version of the Cincinnati Bengals. Prove me wrong. Explosive offense. Defense is like, yeah, we just gonna. That's what defense do.
Hey, listen, man. Speaking of Dallas defense, man, I just think this is Trayvon Diggs last year, man.
Oh, he's so.
Listen.
You thought I was tripping when I said he was overrated.
Eric, let me tell you something, man. Before the game, when Dak was like getting the guys hyped in a huddle or whatever, on the bottom left side of the screen, because I saw it on Twitter, Trayvon Diggs just looking like, yeah, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, dude, you gone. You gone.
How you gonna be like, yeah, whatever, and you basically still putting salve on your skin from all them burns? I'm just saying.
You almost as bad as Eli Apple, son.
He's traipsing into that territory.
Yeah, he is. And I hate to say it because, well, when I saw the story on YouTube between, the Diggs brothers, I love the story. I love the story. And if you want me to share it with you, Eric, I can. It's an old story. I have to find it, but I know I can. But when I saw that story, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna root for these guys. I'm gonna really, really root for these guys. And now it's like, I just think both of them, honestly, are just too busy being celebrities and versus being legitimate football players.
You gotta keep your mind on your how Robin Harris told kid on House Party, keep your mind on your business and off them gals. That is. You worried about Trayvon Diggs worried about what Bubba Dub got to say instead of actually looking at film of who he got to cover and really locking in.
I still never get over, and it happened a couple weeks ago. You are in trail technique and cover 3.
That should never happen.
I know better than that. And cover 3 as a corner, you stay on top of that route.
Yep. Because you don't know that safety gonna be able to get over that fast enough. He may have to come down because of what's going on with the tight end. But yeah, it's bad defense all around. And that's what's going to keep Dallas out of the playoffs. Is that defense? That offense gonna put up 1,000,000 points, and the defense gonna give up 1,000,001.
And $1,000,001.
You know, it is bad. But you know what else is bad? These picks that I'm about to make. All right, so last week, my record was 10-5-1. I have never had a tie on my picks. 10-5-1.
The one.
Green Bay to Dallas. And I had picked Green Bay to win that game. And, I don't know. So moving forward, this particular week is kind of nuts because I have at least 6 pick'em games. It's either because you got 2 really bad teams playing each other or you have 2 really good teams playing each other. And it's like, I don't know. So remember, folks at home that are watching this, or if you're listening to this later, and you making your bets, or you doing whatever with the picks. If I call it a pick'em game, do not put money on this. This thing could go either way. But I will say this, and I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm not gonna go under. If I go under 10 wins for the week on my picks, then it's been a bad week, and that very seldom happens. I'm gonna get at least 10 of these right most of the time. Okay, sometimes it's 11 or 12. All right, but we're gonna start off. This was almost a stone cold lock, but it's not quite, just because I'm not gonna do that. Thursday night, the 49ers will be losing to the Rams. Okay, not because the Rams are good, not because Matt Stafford is him, not because of any of that. The 49ers are literally the poster child for the hospitals in Santa Clara. Okay, there's no Ricky Pearsall, who's playing great this year. There's no Jawan Jennings. There's no George Kittle. There's no Brock Purdy. So that means McCorkle Jones is going to go out there and start with, I believe, Kendrick Bourne and Demarcus Robinson as the starting wide receivers.
McCorkle.
And let me go ahead and say this, because there's a lot of people, the casuals, I call them the casuals. These are the people that's loud as all get out about football, don't know what they're talking about. 49ers lost last week to the Jacksonville Jaguars, which I predicted would happen. And people were saying with Brock Purdy's interceptions and everything, which neither one of them were his fault if you look at the film. Both of them were tip passes. But they're saying, well, Mac Jones would have won that game. Look at me. No, he wouldn't have. It would have been worse. Mac Jones is a statue in the pocket. He does not have the mobility of a Brock Purdy. Okay? Stop it. And then, he brought him back against the Saints, and he brought him back against the Cardinals. Who? He brought him back against who? Who? So you're going to put 2 games that McCorkle played, and you're going to hold him up in high esteem over your quarterback who brought you to a Super Bowl and pretty much put the team on his back in the NFC Championship 2 years ago. So that's why I call them the casuals, because they got short memories. So with that saying, also, I'm going to end with this. There's a reason why McCorkle is no longer the starting quarterback in New England. He's a quality backup. That's what he is.
And let's not forget what school he went to, and the wide receiver.
Alabama quarterback. Come on, Brandon. He's an Alabama quarterback.
So look at the receivers he was throwing.
I've been saying that. I was one saying that for years.
Why not?
Let's pump the brakes on because there's like a civil war going on in the Niner fan base right now. And it's like, you got the people who actually know ball and was like, Brock Purdy's our best chance to win if he's healthy. And then you got the people who are dumb. I'm gonna just call it what it is. And Mac Jones won that Saints game and the Arizona game. Come on, man.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Didn't you just say the Saints have the 30th worst defense in the league?
30th worst defense in the league. Come on. And then you got you taller than the 5th grade over there playing for Arizona. So that's not impressive. Just because he won those two, he did his job as a backup quarterback. The starting quarterback was hurt. He did his job as the backup quarterback and went in and won them games like he was supposed to. Jacksonville had the 7th ranked defense in the league. It would have been way worse. The fact that it was only a 5-point game is credit to Brock Purdy. Even with 4 turnovers, they only won by 5 points. So McCorkle would have made things worse. And Thursday night, you about to see what I'm talking about. I'm going to come back on here next Wednesday and be like, told you.
Yeah, because
give me the Rams.
Skin first are coming after McCorkle.
Mm-hmm. And he ain't gonna be able to slide to the left and slide to the right and crisscross and slide like Purdy can. Like, I'm not saying Purdy's Lamar Jackson or anything like that, but he has the footwork to get in and out of trouble, even with that hurt foot, because he played with a hurt foot on last Sunday against Jacksonville. It's part of the reason why a lot of his passes were sailing. But we're not going to talk about all of the 6 drops that the receivers had. I'm just saying. It's when he does well, it's because of the supporting cast and the scheme. When he doesn't do well, everything is fault. When the whole team screws up, it's just Brock Purdy's fault. Nobody else's. Moving on. We got the Vikings going to Cleveland to play the Browns.
Negative.
I was scratching my head on
Negative.
This. Wow. The Vikings going to Cleveland. What?
They're not playing in Cleveland.
Oh, that's right. It's in England. The Browns will be the home team in England. I'm sorry. I'm just looking at Vikings at Browns. You're right. It's an international game. That's a Sunday morning game. I had to scratch my head a little bit on this one because the Browns defense is still legit.
Yes.
It is still legit. And now you're looking at J.J. McCarthy. Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz.
I was going to say.
Carson Wentz is going to be playing. And I was like, the Browns defense is legit. The Vikings defense, of course, is legit. But it comes back to quarterback play.
Yeah,
I can't believe I'm about to say this. But I trust Carson Wentz over the other guy. They starting Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah, they are.
And Dylan Gabriel against that Minnesota defense. Welcome to the league, rookie.
Boy.
Okay, so I got the Vikings over the Browns.
Listen,
y'all can put money on that one.
Listen, I know Flores is in the kitchen cooking, man.
Mm-hmm.
He in the kitchen.
He knows how to really mess with young quarterbacks. He messes with all quarterbacks, but he really messes up young quarterbacks. Yeah. He throws young quarterbacks.
Hey, listen. I've studied that defense. Don't.
Yeah. So because you have the rookie Dylan Gabriel starting against that defense.
Good luck.
Yeah, go ahead and put your money on Minnesota. Next game, 12 o'clock game. We have the Dallas Cowboys going to MetLife Stadium to play the Jets. Let me tell you something. Dallas, if y'all don't win this game, just cancel the season. This is one of your gimme games.
But you know what?
But
you know what? I'm going to say this. And I'm going to hate saying this. I wouldn't be surprised if Dallas gives up 21 points.
They could.
It would not
still win the game.
If Dallas gives up 21 points.
They probably will, but they'll probably still win the game because
they probably still win the game.
They have enough firepower on offense to win the game.
Yeah, they probably win like 35-21, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
31-21, something like that. But they probably give up 21 points.
Yeah,
and make Justin Fields look way better than what he is.
Yes, I agree. So I got the Cowboys winning this one. Like I said, this is a gimme game. Like I promise. Like, yeah, just cancel the season. If you go to MetLife Stadium and play the Jets and lose that game, cancel the season.
Oh, and by the way, the Jets got worse in tackling from what I heard.
Exactly. So even Dante is it Dante Fowler that's your edge rusher now? Your primary
one of them, yeah.
Okay, Dante Fowler don't have a day. Something's wrong.
Well, I don't know what's going on with Fowler. So I'm not gonna say nothing on Fowler.
But yeah, this is one of Dallas's gimme games. Dallas needs to be 2-1 by the end of Sunday. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to tell you. Moving on. This next game is a pick'em game. We got the Giants going to New Orleans to play the Saints. Now, the Saints are 0-4. However, if you were watching them, they don't lay down. They have lost every game they played, but they have pretty much, except for the Seattle game, been in every game that they played. So that's why I got this as a pick'em. Now, the Giants are working Scatterboo a little bit more into the offense, and he's giving that Mike Allstott energy. Seriously, he's really giving that Mike Allstott energy. Like I'm really enjoying watching him play. He's brought what he had at Arizona State to the Giants. The issue is what are they going to do? Can Slayton and Wan'Dale Robinson take up the slack from losing Malik Neighbors? How is Jackson Dart going to handle the noise in the Superdome?
That's tough.
Because
oh my God.
Saints fans, they going to show up.
Yeah.
They 0-4, but they going to fill that Superdome up, and it's going to be loud enough. So that's going to be the issue right there. That's why I got to pick them. However, I think the Giants have enough, especially with that ridiculous pass rush.
Yep.
Especially with that ridiculous pass rush they have. I think they have enough to go in and rattle Rattler. And that's a horrible pun, but I think they have enough to just really throw him off his game, mess him up. Rattler has had some games where he's been able to – the games that the Saints have been in, Rattler's had a clean pocket until maybe the end of the game or something like that. But he's had a relatively clean pocket. I don't think the Giants going to make it easy on him. So that's why it's a pick'em game, but I got the Giants, gun to my head. Okay? Moving on. This is one you can put money on. The Raiders are traveling to Indianapolis to Lucas Oil Stadium to play the Colts.
Yeah, the way the Colts been playing.
I'm starting to believe that the Colts might be legit. The jury's still out. Let me be clear on that. The jury's still out. I'm not saying, oh yeah, they, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying that they are contenders, but they're a lot better than we thought they were going to be. I think it's fair to say that. I don't think that's out of bounds or irresponsible. The Raiders are a hot mess. It's going to be a minute before Pete Carroll can actually
do what he wants to do.
Get that program up and running. So the Colts are going to probably walk away with this one. I look for Geno Smith to turn the ball over at least once in that game, and put your money on the Colts, ladies and gentlemen. And they're at home. Next game is pick 'em again. Remember, because I said it's going to either be two really good teams or decent teams, or either it's going to be two really bad teams. In this case, it's two really bad teams.
Okay.
So again, this is one of those which turd in the toilet flows highest. Okay. The Dolphins versus the Panthers.
Hold on.
Trash.
I can't even dance on this one, dog. I can't. Honestly, when I was making these picks for this particular game, it's literally like there's no logic behind my pick. I'm going to go with the Dolphins simply because, hey, let's win one for Tyreek. That's it. That's all I got. Because, Jesus. If you're going to paint your house Sunday, I would suggest watching the paint dry other than watching this game. Okay? You'll get more entertainment from that.
Come on, kids. Let's go to the park.
But it's a pick'em game. I'm going with the Dolphins. But again, folks, don't put no money on this game because it could go. You got to remember the Panthers put 30 points on Atlanta a few weeks ago.
Hey,
it could be one of them games where the Panthers is like, here we are, and then go back to sucking the next week.
Alabama quarterback versus Alabama quarterback.
Yes, and that's another reason why I think I'm gonna watch paint dry. Um, this next game is a pick 'em, but it's because it's two good teams.
Okay, good.
Okay, it could go either way. The Broncos are going to Lincoln Financial to play the Eagles. This is one you want to watch because you got the Broncos defense. This is a quality team playing an undefeated team.
Mm-hmm.
And I still believe in the Broncos defense, even they got some pieces missing. Dre Greenlaw has not played a snap for them in the regular season yet. To my
I heard he's hurt.
Yeah, but they're solid. The Bo Nix is he's hit or miss. When he makes good throws, they are amazing throws. When he makes bad throws, it's like, boy, what is you doing? Like that. So yeah.
I wonder why he's so inconsistent this year.
I don't know. Sophomore slump. So
maybe
all I can think of is maybe a sophomore slump, but I still think he's a very good quarterback.
Okay.
But we're gonna see you got Bo Nix versus your running back at quarterback, Brandon. I think that the top to bottom, the Eagles have a better roster, and that's what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna say the Eagles win at home. They're at home, and top to bottom have a better roster.
Yeah.
Nothing to sneeze at. I think the Broncos make this a game, especially if they don't stop. Especially if the Eagles continue to not feed AJ Brown. I think this could be a close one. This is a pick 'em, folks. Don't put any money on this, but I am going with the Eagles. Next game. The Houston Texans travel to M&T Bank Stadium to play the Ravens. Now the Texans went out there and jumped all over Polar, Tennessee, because they finally got a team that was not as good as them, and they made hay when they did. They tore their tail up. And if you are from Houston, you understand the rivalry between the Titans and the Texans, because we don't like the Titans. I don't care if you're not a Houston Texans fan. If you live in Houston, you don't like the Titans. Most people do not like the Titans. Okay, wow. You got that small pocket of people that was Oilers fans, and they just followed. They fandom over into Tennessee. You got that, but yeah. So they beat the crap out of the Titans. That's not happening this week. Not an M&T. I know Lamar Jackson's out, but you got Cooper Rush coming in at quarterback for the Ravens. Cooper Rush is, again, one of them guys we like to call a quality backup. Okay. Now, that being said, if I'm not mistaken, Houston is number one in points per game on defense.
That's correct. Well, I'm not surprised.
12.8 points per game.
I'm not surprised.
They have the number one points per game defense in the NFL. So could they make this hard on the Ravens? Yes. They really could. I wouldn't be shocked if Houston pulled this off, but I'm going to go ahead and go with the Ravens for this one because I don't know. It would be a major moral victory if Houston was able to pull this game off on the road against the Ravens. Yes, they injury riddled. I get it. The Ravens are injury riddled. But still, the way Houston's offense is acting right now, because that's what's really hurting them. If they could get us their offense just adequate, the offense doesn't have to be explosive. Their offense could just be adequate, as good as their defense is. As good as Houston's defense is, if the offense could just be adequate, they could be back in contention. They could jump back into things. But I don't know. I don't know whether D'Amico Ryans has a thing with this offensive coordinator, where the offensive coordinator has black male photos or something. I don't know. What I'm hearing all around the city of Syrup is basically that dude got to go. From all my homies as Texans fans, like, that dude got to go. He got to go. Not to mention the offensive line is out there running into each other. It's that bad. There's actually film. If you go back and look at film from the Titans game, you got offensive linemen running in each other. You got the guard.
Oh, God.
Tackle pulling this way and hitting each other. If you ever seen that movie, Necessary Roughness,
oh, my God.
It's literally stuff like that going on. The offensive line play is atrocious. It's atrocious. So with that, I think like the Baltimore's gonna be able to get over that, even though Baltimore's defense is bad. But this could be the great elixir because Baltimore's defense is already bad, and they're missing some key players. Houston could still win this game. I like the Ravens, but I'm going on record as saying I wouldn't be shocked if Houston pulled it out. Okay.
Okay.
Moving on. The Titans at the Cardinals.
Aye.
I think that's trash versus recycled trash. I mean, you could,
Man, my
Cardinals
goodness.
are recyclable trash, you know.
I'm gonna run this back again, man.
Trash, 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 trash. I am trash.
So, I want to say one thing about Cam Ward, and I'm very impressed with his post game interview last week. The accountability that he took. He said, "Hey man, we just asked." He's like, "We got to do better. We got," and like, he didn't try to put it off on nobody else. He didn't try to skirt around a question or deflect or anything like that. He just straight up came out and said, "Hey man, we asked," and that takes a lot. People may like glaze over that, but that takes a lot of fortitude for him to we're gonna come back to that, but it takes a lot of fortitude to come in, and so I think he's going to be a really good leader one day. I think he's got the makings of a good leader right now, good team.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, I think the Cardinals are going to win this game. I think their defense is strong enough to. They're not Houston's defense, but they're going to be good enough to slow down Tennessee. Tennessee's probably going. Tennessee and the Saints are fighting for dead last. They fighting for that first round, their first pick in the draft. They are swinging at each other.
Well, I'll tell you what though, Tennessee don't need it.
They don't need it, but everybody want that first pick. Even if you right now, if you 4-0, you wish you could still have that first pick in the draft.
The only reason why Tennessee would want it is because they know they can trade down.
They can pick up a slew of picks,
man,
and flip that team in 1 year. So
yeah,
Tennessee and the Saints are throwing haymakers at each other for the first pick in the draft. But I got the Cardinals winning that game. Next game is a pick 'em because you got two pretty decent teams playing each other. This could go either way. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers travel to Seattle to play the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me be real with you. The Baker Mayfield cycle. Y'all know I always talk about how that hand goes around that clock. We started to see a little bit of that last week with some of the plays that Baker Mayfield made and did not make. I'm still not on the Seattle bandwagon. I don't believe in Seattle other than the defense. The defense is solid. It's very good defense. And they got guys missing, and they still playing pretty good defense. The new head coach has got the defense. It's not Legion of Boom level, but it's decent. So if I'm the Bucks, I want to get my tight ends involved. I don't think they can cover the tight ends in the seams and on the flats. If you got some decent tight ends, Buccaneers, I would do that. Don't try to feed Ibukum the ball because Devin Witherspoon's gonna blanket him. I would try. I don't know if Mike Evans is gonna play or not. But whoever your other receiver is, if it's Chris Godwin or Mike Evans, I would definitely throw some 50-50 balls at Tariq Woolen. Because Tariq Woolen is going to give you penalty yardage. I think he's a good corner. I don't think he's being coached well. And he's very handsy. He gives up a lot of penalty yardage. He doesn't necessarily get beat, but he gives up a lot of penalty yardage.
You know what? I heard about Rick recently. I don't know if you heard the same thing. He might be on the trade block.
And he's worth it. If you can take him to a team where he can get coached up, because he has all of the physical attributes.
Yeah, I know he does.
He's 6'3", he's 200 and some pounds, and he runs like a 4.3 40. And he's got quick, short area quickness, but he's got to get coached up about how to handle 50-50 balls and contested catches, or how to react when somebody might get a step on him, because he freaks out when somebody gets on the step on him and he grabs jersey. I mean, he just and he gets flagged a lot. Um, that being said, I got the Buccaneers winning this game. That's not saying that the win of this game is fantastic. I just think the Buccaneers are going to win this game. But this is, again, sort of a pick 'em game because the Seattle could easily win that at home. The power of the 12s is gone. I'm going to just say that. Like, that stadium does not have the power it had, say, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years ago.
No, I get it. I understand.
And so, like, we can't talk about the 12s no more like that. So teams have gone into Seattle and whooped their tail on the regular. At one point, you couldn't go in there and win. Now it's like a regular thing. So I got the Buccaneers going in and beating the Seahawks. Next game. This is a Stone Cold Lock of the Week.
Here we go.
The Lions might actually put up 40 points on the Bengals.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
They very well could. Dan Campbell is on a mission to prove that he don't care that all them coaches left his staff last year. That's the point that he's trying to make. He's trying to say, listen, I'm the head coach. I know how to put a staff together. I lose some guys, I bring in some more guys and elevate some other guys, and we going to still be the Lions. So he's out to make a statement in every game. He ain't biting kneecaps no more. He kicking people straight in the balls, okay? And I feel sorry for the Bengals with Browning at quarterback. The defense is already atrocious. Now, the Bengals could scratch and punch a little bit because, again, both corners for the Lions are out. So they could make a game of it, but the Lions can still put up 40. They really could. If they clicking, they could put up 40 on the Bengals real quick. So that's my lock of the week. Next game, I got this is another pick 'em. I got the Commanders going to SoFi Stadium to play the Chargers. There's not a whole lot. If Jaden Daniels doesn't play,
I think he plays.
Yeah, I'm gonna start with that. But if he doesn't play, that's easy to Chargers. It wouldn't be a pick 'em game, but because I made this a pick 'em game just because it's looking like Jaden Daniels is going to play. But that being said, he still doesn't have Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, I know. That hurts.
And for that reason, I'm going to go with the Chargers in this game. Again, it's a pick 'em. And I'm also looking at the Chargers defense. The Chargers defense is not bad. People are not paying attention to the fact that the Chargers are number 4 in defense in points per game.
And Dan Quinn just his DBs are getting chewed up right now.
Yeah. And if Johnston could ever learn how to catch,
4-3.
1 minute he'll make a great catch. There's growth because he's catching things this year that he would have dropped last year.
Okay.
And 1 minute he makes this great catch, and the next minute it's like, bro, how you drop that? You know, there was an absolute dime that Justin Herbert threw to him last week. And I mean, he dropped it right. The corner was beat. I want to say they was a single high and three deep zone. And Johnston's here, the corner's here, safety's coming over. And Herbert dropped that thing right in there between that corner and that safety. I mean, it was a gorgeous throw. And he came down with it. It was beautiful. And I said, wow, if they can get that consistent, the Chargers are going to be a problem. But that being said, I got the Chargers over the Commanders. Again, it's a pick 'em. Because Jaden Daniels could change the entire atmosphere of that game if he plays and he's actually healthy. Just because just because somebody playing don't mean they're healthy.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, and I know because my quarterback played, he was not healthy and he should not have been out there. But I got the Chargers over the Commanders. Last 2 games, I have the Bills over the Patriots. Now the Patriots played great last week, but who did they play?
I'll tell you what though,
The Panthers.
Drake May is a good quarterback.
Drake May is a good quarterback. He's better than McCorkle Jones. That's why McCorkle Jones is no longer the starting quarterback in New England. If McCorkle Jones was that good, he'd still be in New England. He'd still be starting.
Hey,
I said what I said.
there you go.
But yeah, the Bills are a machine right now. This is the best Bills team I've seen. Josh Allen Bills team that I've seen since.
Oh yeah,
they really rolling. And James Cook is. If you ain't got James Cook on your fantasy team, probably somebody in your league has him, and they kicking your tail with him. Because I know I'm whooping tail with James Cook because I got him on one of my teams in one of my leagues, and he
is cooking.
Shows and proves every week.
He is cooking.
With that, it gives the balance that offense needs. So Josh Allen is not all the Josh Allen show anymore. So now, because of that balance, that's what makes them so dangerous. So I got the Bills over the Pats. Last game, Monday Night Football. The Chiefs traveled to Duval to play the Jags. Let me tell you something. The Chiefs defense, I'm not sure about, but if they play just adequate defense, they can shut down Trevor Lawrence. Their offense, Jacksonville's offense is still not great. If you shut down Travis Etienne, you could probably shut down the whole offense. They're not great. However, Jacksonville's defense is legit.
Yeah, definitely.
They have over the course of 4 weeks, they have 11 takeaways. So they are legit. That defense is taking the ball from people.
Yeah, they are.
And I think that the we're gonna find out, like we talked about, all the Chiefs back. We'll know the Chiefs are back if they can win this game because they're doing this against a legit defense.
Mm-hmm.
I need the Chiefs defense to be adequate enough to stop. And that being said, I got the Chiefs going to do ball and winning. So to recap, Rams over the Niners, Vikings over Browns, Cowboys over Jets, Giants over Saints. That's a pick 'em. Colts over Raiders, Fins over the Panthers. That's another pick 'em because both of them are so bad. Eagles over Broncos. That's another pick 'em. Ravens over Texans. Cardinals over Titans. Bucks over Seahawks. Pick 'em. Lions over Bengals. The Stone Cold Lock of the week. Chargers over Commanders. Yet another pick 'em. Bills over Pats and Chiefs over Jags. Doors of the church now open.
All right. So you all have tuned in for another week of Just a Fan Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell, share with people you know and love. Your mom, dad, aunt, uncle, grandparents, cousins, siblings, nephews, nieces, best friends, next door neighbors, person across the street, the principal at your kid's school. Share it. Yes, please do. That's right. Even yeah, the building engineer at the school. Yes, share it with that person too. There you go. We are live currently on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and IG. All right. Thank you, Donald, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Donald Ray.
I am Coach Williams, the NFL Encyclopedia, the Wildcat quarterback that runs this whole thing, as I proved it again with the whole Robert Edwards thing. Future Hall of Famer, baby. Oh, and I said the Willis McGahee, Drew Rosenhaus thing. Drew Rosenhaus love just hyping stuff up when there's no need to hype it up. Yeah. Anyway, that direction, panel 316, the good guy with the black hat, coming from the city home of Chopped and Screw music, baby. Rest in peace to DJ Screw. Swisher House Remix. We out. Peace.